Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing an empties video. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I've been holding on to, and obviously I want to just clear it all out. I would say that this is mostly skincare related, but I do have a couple of makeup items in here as well. So I'm just going to be going through and telling you what I liked, what I didn't like, and maybe giving you a little bit of why I enjoy these products, but I'm going to just get right into it. So I'm going to get started with the more makeup related items, and honestly this is pretty simple and basic. And before I get started, I just want to say I'm sorry, some of these things might look a little bit dirty, but this is an empties video, meaning that I've had this stuff for a while now and stuff might have been going on with it a little bit, not to make it sound super gross, but this is a good example. So this is the MAC Brow Gel in the color Clear. Obviously, as you can see on camera, it's not clear, but that's because after I fill in my brows with like a pencil or whatever else I'm using, I would run this through my brows. So some of that product already on my brows would kind of come off onto the brush and then end up back inside the tube. The reason why I've been saving this is because if you have a certain amount of empties, I can't remember how much, but if you have a certain amount of empty bottles and things from MAC, you can redeem them for like a free lipstick, which kind of leads me to my next one. I have this MAC lipstick in the color Patisserie. There's also a number down here that says A35, and I'm not sure if you can kind of see what color it was, but it's kind of like one of those pinky nude colors. I actually really like this one. Honestly, I didn't get through this whole thing. I got through quite a bit of it, but then it started like going bad, which is the reason why I like broke it off, threw the lipstick away because I wanted to keep the container to recycle at MAC. But anyways, those are the three MAC items that I have. And the other item that I have here is a Chanel mascara, and if you know me, you know I love mascaras. I try all different types of mascara. Chanel is one of my favorites. This is the Le Volume de Chanel Waterproof, and I got this in the color black. So this is like kind of like your standard black mascara. Some of the things that I really like about it is volumizing, so the formula is a little bit on the thick side. I would say this is something that works better like straight out of the tube, and over time it does kind of get a little bit too thick, but I think that's just because it's a volumizing formula. So as mascaras kind of dry out over, you know, a few weeks, you're not supposed to be keeping mascaras for that long. I definitely stretch it longer than I'm supposed to be, but you know, nearing the end of this, it does get pretty thick. So just something to keep in mind. If you are looking for something volumizing though, this is something that I would recommend. I do really like this mascara and a couple of others from Chanel, but this is the only empty that I have right now. So getting into skincare empties, I'm gonna maybe go in the order of, you know, the order in which I use these things. So first I'm gonna start off with this foaming facial cleanser, and this is by CeraVe. You can pick this up at any drugstore, and this bottle is pretty huge. It's 12 ounces. So I would definitely say when I don't have a particular like face cleanser that I'm using from like department stores, because I usually shop there first for a lot of my products, and if I'm kind of like I don't really have one that I really want to try out, I will go and use the CeraVe. I would say that this is a pretty standard foaming face wash. It's a clear gel that you just kind of like lather up in your hands with water. I was keeping this in the shower just because, you know, it's a convenient place to use it, but this definitely lasted me for a long time. I think that I had this for months and months. I would say that this isn't stripping on the skin. My skin didn't feel really dry or anything like that after using it, and I do feel like it did a good job at cleansing my face. Next, I have this tiny sample of the Drunk Elephant Jelly Cleanser, and actually I was surprised how much I like this. I got this in one of those like Sephora gift sets for your birthday. So this also came with a moisturizer that I think I used up quite a while back, but I wanted to include this in my empties video. I think I already tossed the other container. I would definitely consider this something that I'd want to try the full size in the future at some point. I am going through a few cleansers right now, so it might be some time before I go ahead and pick up a full size, but I really enjoyed this. This was pretty similar to the CeraVe. It smelled pretty good. The CeraVe doesn't have a smell, but it is also a clear gel face wash, and I really enjoyed it. The only thing that I wasn't super crazy about is how it opens up. So it's one of those ones where you have to twist the little like place you can dispense the product from, and I'm not a fan of that, only because when you put it back down, so it could get on your counter if that's where you're storing it. This also kind of reminds me of the way that the Kate Somerville facial cleanser opens up. So I just want to give you guys a heads up about that, if in case you're wondering, but I did really enjoy using it, and I do think it's a good product. The next thing that I have here is from Indy Lee, and this is her Squalane facial oil. Honestly, this was the first facial oil I have ever used in my life. I was really scared of using a facial oil because whenever I hear oil and like putting on your face, I immediately think breakouts. When I went into Nordstrom where I picked this up, Indy Lee was there. I was talking with her and another sales associate, and they had told me that squalane is something that your skin naturally produces anyway, so you shouldn't be breaking out from this. That made me feel a whole lot better about picking it up and trying it out, and I didn't have any breakout issues. I think one thing I will mention as someone who wasn't used to using an oil before is that the texture is just something you kind of have to get used to a little bit, because it is oily. Like, it does kind of have an oil feel to it. It's not like greasy or anything like that. But I did feel like this really hydrated my skin and left my skin very soft. If you are also new to facial oils, maybe give this one a try, because I didn't think that it was scary at all. Next up, I have this sunscreen from Supergoop. This is a 50 SPF, their everyday sunscreen. I really like this sunscreen. This lasted me quite some time. This is a 2.4 ounce tube. A couple of reasons why I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to repurchase this again, but this contains octinoxate, which is an ingredient in sunscreens that's gonna be banned from Hawaii. So I think I need to educate myself a little bit more on this ban that's going around with the sunscreen ingredients, because I don't know if it's only banned if you're going into the ocean wearing a sunscreen with those ingredients in it. But to me, I kind of feel like it doesn't really matter. It's going in the water somehow anyway. So as much as I can, I want to stay away from it, even though I'm only putting it on my face and I'm not jumping into the ocean. But for those of you who can use this sunscreen, I did think that it was really great. I think Supergoop sells a variety of different sizes of this, and you could probably use it like all over your body. I think it's, yeah, it says oil-free face and body lotion, ideal for a day of play every day. Definitely, I mean, if you try this in the small tube and you like it, I have seen huge sizes of it, and I really enjoyed using this. It felt really good on the skin, not oily or greasy or anything like that. Not that typical like sunscreen feel that I think a lot of us are scared about, but it does have the sunscreen smell, which I don't think you can avoid it. But anyways, give it a try if you're looking for a new sunscreen. I really liked it too. Next up, I have this item from Kiehls. This is their Iris Extract Activating Treatment Essence, and I really like this essence. It's a lot more affordable than other essences that I've used in the past, which the other ones were SK2. And in between, I was kind of looking for an essence, but I didn't want to pay, you know, the huge price that SK2 cost. So I picked this one up. I want to say it was probably around like $50 or something like that, which is like $200 cheaper than the other one. If you notice in a recent video that I had that I'll also link up above, I had purchased an SK2 from Sephora during a sale recently, and no hate at all towards that product. I just wish it was cheaper. But since my wallet can't afford that high price tag all the time, I thought I would try this one from Kiehls, and I really enjoyed it. It does have a little bit more of a jelly, like not super jelly, but it is definitely thicker than water, I would say. So it has like a slight gel feel to it. Maybe if you like diluted a gel is kind of the consistency. It has a pretty nice smell to it, and overall I think it did make my skin feel hydrated and refreshed. So if you're looking for an essence that doesn't break the bank, give this one a try. Also, I'm going to be saving this bottle because Kiehls has a recycling program similar to MAC. So this one I better make sure I'm not throwing it in the trash after I finish filming this video. So the last two items that I have here are from Lush, and I'm going to be keeping these bottles as well because you can also recycle empties at Lush. I'm not sure if you can do this bottle, but I know that you can do these containers. So I have the Hippy shower gel, and I really like this shower gel. Actually, if you are somebody who wants to get active and work out, but maybe you need some motivation and like a nice shower after that smells really good, could be that motivation, I would suggest maybe trying this shower gel because I was like treating myself after the workout by using this. You know what I mean? Like, am I making sense here? This smells like grapefruit, which I really enjoy. I felt like a little bit of this product went a pretty long way. The product does come out kind of like a little bit thicker consistency than what I was used to. So it lathers up really well and you don't need a whole ton to wash your whole body. I was looking for a larger size of this at Lush, but at the time that I went, they were sold out, which kind of bummed me out. But hopefully next time I go, they do have it in stock. But Hippy, if you're looking for a shower gel from Lush, I really like this one. The other product that I had from Lush is a hand lotion, and this is called Handy Gurugu. So I know I live in a very humid climate, and this might sound weird to a lot of people, but during the winter time, my skin gets super dry and cracked. Actually, it's summertime right now, and my skin is still getting dry and cracked on my hands especially, and I honestly chalk it up to washing my hands too much. Obviously, in between, I'm trying to remedy that whole situation, and someone mentioned to me the Handy Gurugu, which is why I wanted to give it a to try. When I went into Lush and I just basically mentioned like, hey, I'm looking for this hand cream that's really popular, they knew exactly which one I was talking about, which is this. But to be honest with you guys, I thought it was going to be a little bit more moisturizing. I think this definitely did the job of moisturizing my hands as I put it on. I would normally use it at nighttime because this is like a little less convenient to carry around with you during the day. But I think what I was expecting was not what this delivered, and I had some pretty like dry and cracked hands. This didn't necessarily heal that, even though I was using it pretty consistently. And maybe my hands are just that dry where, you know, during that time there's nothing that will solve that problem. I don't know. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up in case you do have really dry skin, like really dry, as dry as my hands were. This didn't necessarily solve everything for me, so I wanted to give you guys a heads up. But if you kind of have like a little bit of dry skin, I'm sure that this would be a good hand cream for you. So if you're looking for something, I'm sure you can try it out at Lush. But yeah, this is my empty handy Gurugu, and I'm going to be definitely recycling this as soon as I build up more empties from Lush. Alright you guys, that's it for this video. Let me know if you've tried anything that I showed in this video. Also, if you have any product recommendations for me. Obviously, I'm looking for something for dry skin, like some kind of hand lotion or something like that. So leave me a comment down below and tell me what you guys use, if it works really well. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!